African negotiators, including Nigeria, had hoped a climate deal at COP21 in Paris will include a legally binding funding for developing countries to adapt to climate change. That hope was, however, dashed as the finance is based on voluntary mechanism of $100 billion from the year 2020.
We went with the hope that decarbonization of the economy will fast-track mitigation process to reduce carbon emissions into the atmosphere. But what is most painful is that catastrophic impact from loss and damage arising from climate change has been removed completely from the text because it will not use a legally binding mechanism. So we advocated that climate change impacts should be compensated through a legally binding mechanism. But what we have there is a voluntary mechanism.
Some people believe that African governments are overplaying this issue of victim game, in quotes, that they are always putting all the troubles on the developing parties. Some believe that Africa could actually be the solution to the problem, that now that we are developing, we should be a kind of showcase of how you can develop with minimum carbon development. We should stop playing the victim or the begging game. We should let them know that we are actually the solution to the problem.
Despite the energy put into it, COP21, according to environmental activists, represented the voice of corporations far more than the cities affected by emissions, as the treaty seeks to promote solutions such as carbon markets, carbon capture and storage facilities, which to them poses serious risks. The Nigerian government, as part of its nationally determined contributions to the global response, pledged to end gas flaring by 2030. To many, the government should also divest subsidies for oil and gas into renewable energy development.
The INDC says that Nigeria is now looking towards stopping that by 2030. I think we could do better than that. We could actually stop it before that, and we should be determined to stop it this time around, because we've already committed ourselves on the INDC that we're going to stop it. We should look at renewable energy. While trying to address our energy issues, there's a lot of energy poverty in Nigeria, we should do this by way of focusing on renewable energy sources.
The government should not think that it has uploaded its INDCs without doing anything. With or without finance, we owe it a duty as a nation to reduce emissions and adapt to climate change.
The 21st Conference of Parties aims at strengthening global response to the threat of climate change by keeping global average temperature below 2 degrees Celsius and fostering climate resilience in a manner that does not threaten food production. Nkoli Omoudu, AIT News, Lagos.